Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into the final chapters of 2 Chronicles, chapters 35 and 36. These chapters are packed with drama, emotion, and some incredibly important lessons about leadership, obedience, and the consequences of our choices. We start with King Josiah, one of the most righteous kings in Judah's history. Chapter 35 opens with him organizing a massive Passover celebration in Jerusalem. This wasn't just any Passover. It was on a scale not seen since the days of Samuel the prophet. Josiah put his heart and soul into it. He instructed the priests and Levites, provided tens of thousands of lambs and goats from his own flocks for the people, and made sure everything was done according to the law of Moses. This event was a powerful symbol of national renewal and recommitment to God. After decades of idolatry and neglect under previous kings, Josiah was leading the people back to their spiritual roots. It shows us the impact a dedicated leader can have. Josiah's passion for God's law was contagious, and it brought the whole nation together in worship. It's a beautiful picture of what can happen when a leader prioritizes what truly matters. But the story takes a tragic turn. Despite his righteousness, Josiah makes a fatal mistake. The king of Egypt, Necho, is marching his army north to fight against the Babylonians at Carchemish. He's just passing through Judah's territory. Josiah, for reasons the text doesn't fully explain, decides to intercept and fight him. King Necho sends messengers to Josiah saying, "My fight is not with you. God has told me to hurry, so stop opposing God who is with me, or he will destroy you." It's a shocking moment. A foreign, pagan king is delivering a message seemingly from God to one of Judah's best kings. But Josiah doesn't listen. He disguises himself and goes into battle at Megiddo, where he is mortally wounded by archers. He's taken back to Jerusalem and dies, and all of Judah and Jerusalem mourn for him. Even the prophet Jeremiah composed laments for Josiah. It's a heartbreaking end for such a good king, and a stark reminder that even the best among us can make disastrous errors in judgment. After Josiah's death, things go downhill fast. Chapter 36 is a rapid-fire account of Judah's last 4 kings, a sad parade of failure and decline. First, the people make Josiah's son, Jehoash, king. He lasts only 3 months before King Necho of Egypt dethrones him, drags him off to Egypt, and imposes a heavy tax on Judah. Necho then installs Jehoash's brother, Eliakim, as king and changes his name to Jehoiakim. He reigns for 11 years and, as the Bible puts it, did evil in the sight of the Lord. He reverses his father Josiah's reforms. During his reign, King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon comes on the scene, making Jehoiakim his vassal. But Jehoiakim rebels, which leads to Nebuchadnezzar coming and taking him away to Babylon in chains, along with some of the precious articles from the temple. Next up is Jehoiakim's son, Jehoiachin. He's king for a mere 3 months and 10 days, and he also does evil. Nebuchadnezzar doesn't wait long. He comes back, deports Jehoiachin to Babylon, along with his family, officials, and thousands of Jerusalem's leading citizens and skilled workers. This was a major deportation, stripping the land of its best and brightest. And, of course, Nebuchadnezzar takes more of the temple's treasures. Finally, Nebuchadnezzar places Jehoiachin's uncle Mattaniah on the throne, changing his name to Zedekiah. He's the last king of Judah. He reigns for 11 years, and like those before him, he does evil and refuses to humble himself before the prophet Jeremiah, who is speaking God's word to him. The leaders, the priests, and the people follow his example, becoming utterly corrupt and defiling the temple. The book says, God sent messengers to them again and again, because he had pity on his people. But they mocked the messengers, despised his words, and scoffed at his prophets. Finally, God's patience runs out. The judgment that had been foretold for so long arrives. Nebuchadnezzar and the Babylonian army return, besiege Jerusalem, and this time they show no mercy. They burn the temple of God to the ground, break down the city walls, burn the palaces, and destroy everything of value. The people who survive the sword are carried into exile in Babylon to be servants to him and his sons. The land of Judah is left desolate to enjoy its Sabbath rests for 70 years, just as the prophet Jeremiah had prophesied. It's a devastating end to the kingdom of Judah, but And this is so important, the book doesn't end there. The very last 2 verses of 2 Chronicles offer a glimmer of hope. They fast forward 70 years. A new king is on the scene, Cyrus, king of Persia. And in the first year of his reign, moved by the Lord, he makes a proclamation throughout his kingdom. He declares that the Lord, the God of heaven, has given him all the kingdoms of the earth and has appointed him to build a temple in Jerusalem. And then he says those beautiful words, "Any of his people among you may go up, and may the Lord their God be with them." And that's where the book ends, on a cliffhanger of hope. The story isn't over. The exile isn't the final word. God is making a way for his people to return and rebuild. It's a powerful testament that even in the darkest moments of judgment and failure, God's plans for restoration and redemption are already in motion. Thanks for joining me today to walk through these powerful chapters. They teach us so much about leadership, obedience, and the unwavering faithfulness of God, even when his people are unfaithful. If you found this meaningful, please like the video and subscribe for more content like this. See you on the next book.